YouTuber. Welcome back, I'm your Stuttering Tech, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at the MotionCam camera app. If you don't know what MotionCam is, it's a camera application that enables your Android device to record in RAW DMG. Kind of like how the iPhone can record videos in ProRes. Why would you want to record in RAW? Well, you get more details, greater dynamic range, more flexibility when editing, and you will love the image quality. Now, I am actually using this application right now to record this talking head shot right now. I'm using it on my Pixel 6 Pro, but it can work on other devices, but it may vary. And I've actually used it. I've actually also used this on my Poco F2 Pro as well, and most of the functions work there. It's more compatible with the Poco than it is with the Pixel, and I will demonstrate that, show you guys that in a little bit. Now, with all the added benefits, you do get larger file sizes, but you can either decrease or increase the size depending on how you crop your shot and the frame rates you're shooting on, which I will also go over in this very video. Now, I do want to let you know this app is free and you can get it on the Play Store and also on GitHub. There's no ads at all in this application, but there's also a tool to use on your desktop, which I will also show you guys how to operate it to the best I can, because I'm not fully knowledgeable on the desktop tool. So, but I will also go over that. So now, without further ado, I'm going to go over to the phone and show you guys how the application looks and how to operate certain features on the phone when it comes to shooting DMG video on using MotionCam, the MotionCam application. Okay guys, so I'm here with both my Pixel 6 Pro and my Poco F2 Pro, and I'm going to go ahead and show you it on the Pixel 6 Pro since I already have it open here. So this is how the interface looks, and you have a couple settings. So now, manage videos. This, if you already record a video, like I have already done already, recorded some videos that's there, and it takes a while to load up these things to load them up, and you can also convert your container file, because it records them and it has them in a container file, and you can go ahead and convert those to DNG. But let's wait. You do get a lot of crashes. Like I mentioned, this app is in beta and it takes a while to load. So being that is taking a while, it's actually messing up the app. Let me go ahead and close it out and go right back into the application again. So back into MotionCam. So here it is. So here we go again. So now let's talk about some of the settings here. We have our enable optical image stabilization, which I'll show you guys a few shots that I've taken with this outside while I'm walking and or moving the camera. And you know, to me, it's not that great. I don't think it's taking full advantage of the OIS, or it's even using it. And then we have sensor clipping overlay. Turn this on and you get a little it'll show blue when you're clipping, or if it's too dark in the area, it will come up blue. You have supported frame rate, so it shows you these are the supported frame rate for this device, for the Pixel 6 Pro: 60, 30, and 15 frames a second. No 24 frames. We also have unsupported frame rates: 120, 60, 50, 48, 30, and 25. I haven't tried any of those. I just stick to the supported ones. Then you have pixel binning, reduce output resolution by pixel binning. So I have not used this. I haven't actually used this option, but you can turn it on to reduce the amount of output. As you can see, it takes it down. It's changing out here the output of the crop. So here we go. So here is the cropping. So you can change how the width and the height of the video. So if you want to do like a wide video, or you want to do a 2x1, 16 by 9, or however you want to, you can go ahead and change it here in this option right here. Go ahead, you can tell it whether you want 4K or 1080p, and if you're going to use, it tells you the mic that you're using. But right now that's in the internal microphone. And as you can see, all the different options here. So we have here, if we go under here, this is your shutter speed. You can go ahead and change and manually do that instead of having it at auto. So I'm 30 frames a second. I'm going to go up to 60, and then you can go ahead, tap on the ISO, and then you can bring that down, move it up, however you want. And then this is your, if you want to do manual focusing, you can then go ahead and shoot and do that from here under the manual focusing under the meter. I think you just tap on it and you just change it. Or if you want to lock on focus, you just tap on the screen and it will lock on that particular distance. You also have auto exposure and you have your auto white balance, or you can lock it if you want to so that the white balance doesn't change. So now let's go over to photos so we can get into more options. And it basically works the same whether you want to do photos, burst mode, night mode. Okay, so night mode doesn't actually work on this phone, so only photos and burst mode actually works. Now you have options to access to more settings now. So if I go into the settings, now you have your memory usage, raw video memory usage. You have raw video lossless compression. So you have all of this. You can choose how your compression is. You can choose where the raw videos are stored, which I've already done that. I created a folder where everything goes. You can split raw video recording across two storage locations. You can do the image quality, which I've moved up to 100%. And well, that's for your JPEGs when you are doing full photos. And you have all the automatic night mode, and here we go. So I have mine set to RAW 12. RAW 10 is the best option, and don't go to 16 is not recommended. But I don't even remember putting it into RAW 12, but RAW 10 is the safest way to go. Select RAW 10 unless the camera does not behave correctly, which RAW 10 works on both of these devices here. So let me go back out, and I mentioned before that all the functions may not work, or the app may not work on your device. So here on the Pixel 6 Pro, I can go ahead and switch to the front camera, which does work. And I can go back over to the rear camera. And if I go to try to, let's say, the wide angle or the macro, it doesn't work. And the app actually crashes if I try to switch to any other of my cameras. So okay guys, so I'm back and I'm on the Poco F2 Pro, and here, as you can see, the app works on this phone as well. But just like the Pixel 6, it's exactly the same, but all the cameras do work. So this is the main lens. This is the macro. This is the, well, is this the macro? I'm not really sure. So yes, this is the macro lens. This one is the ultra wide, I believe, between these two. Yes, this one is wider. This is the ultra wide, and this one I'm not really sure, but this looks like it's the main sensor once again, but at a closer range. Yeah, it looks like it's the main sensor, but it brings up the main sensor twice. But yes, you have access to, you can switch between all the cameras. I can then go ahead and do my front facing camera as well, as you can see right here. And yeah, everything works pretty fine, and it's basically the same settings and everything. But in my opinion, it does it all functions work on the Xiaomi, on the Poco F2 Pro. Okay guys, so I'm on my MacBook Air, and this is the desktop tool where you can convert your container files into DMGs instead of doing it on your phone, which is going to take up more space because you're going to have the container file, and you're going to have the actual DMG files as well. So you're taking up a lot of space on your smartphone. So you can just import transfer your container file. However, if you have an Android, for Android, you just take out your micro SD. If you have one, if your phone doesn't have a micro SD, you can just plug your phone right in to the MacBook and use the Android transfer and transfer it over like that. Or in my case, I just use a FTP server with FileZilla, and I just transfer it over like that. And I do want to say that The application itself does have audio. It does have audio, but the audio for some reason it's kind of buggy with the audio. The audio, the video is actually longer than the audio. It doesn't record all of the audio, or maybe I would say like the first couple of seconds of the audio is not there, and the audio is like recording at a different speed. So it's the audio is actually moving faster than the video. So that I don't even use that audio. I just use I record on an external recorder, or like my microphone that my USB microphone, or I have a microphone similar to the Rode Wireless Go. It's from LensGo. I use that instead, and I record my audio like that, and then I try my best to sync it up in post, which I'll show you guys in a minute. You can go ahead and add your container, or you could add multiple of them if you want to. So I'm gonna go ahead and I gotta get to my desktop, or it's already here, MotionCam. So I have created a folder on my desktop. So the one I've just recorded, which for the talking head in the beginning portion of this video, it's right here. I can go and then go ahead and open that, or I can just hold command and just pick both of them. But I'm just gonna open this one, and you can just click it, and it will take a little bit. It will load, and then it will come up and show you a preview. It'll take some time because that file is actually huge. Okay, that is about I believe a 19 gigabyte file for just a 2-minute video, and you can just scroll through the different frames. As you can see, it's 5,670 frames, and it just shows you right here. So how many frames? So that is how many images a second, and so it's 30 frames a second. And for that 2 minutes and change that I recorded it's 5,670 frames, and the duration of the video is 189 seconds. We also have our segments, which is just one. So you have one segment, so the whole thing will make just one whole video. You can also select here where you want your DNG out to go, which I have different. So this is, I always do two. I do it just in case the sensor. Now I recorded this video from the front facing camera of the Pixel 6 Pro, which is not as good as the main sensor in the back, but it's hard to see yourself recording, or if you're in frame using the back one. It takes a lot of trial and error just to make sure you get it right. So I do two of them, which is I just have it go into ready, and then I do reduce the noise in one of them and put it in noise reduction. So so you will go ahead and select where you want it to go. Like I'll click ready, open, and so when it converts that DMG, it will go into the ready full folder. Now you can just go ahead and click on that, and you're good to go. And you can also have some options here. Apply vignette correction to DNG. If you turn it off, I've actually turned that off and had some crazy things happening on the side of the video. So I suggest you leave that on. And compress DNG. So even though it's compressed, it's still lossless. You still getting that full quality. So you don't. I would suggest just leaving that, because it'll take an even longer time. In my opinion, I haven't seen a difference having it on or off in the time that it takes. So here we go for the noise reduction. So if you want to do noise reduction, the most I've ever gone to is 4 frames. I go up to 8, and it goes all the way up to 16. I've done 8 and I've done 12. I haven't seen a difference between 8 and 12. Actually, I don't think 12 or 16 works. I've tried those, and for some reason it converts it pretty fast. And when I go ahead, it's a lot of noise. So I don't think those two actually works. Like the most I should just go into is 8 frames being stocked. And then you have additional noise reduction. I don't know what each of these do, but I go and I put it up to 1, and I think that, or even 70.5 is the. I've even done 0.5. My go-to is 1, and that comes out looking just amazing, as you guys can see, and you can create a preview and all that stuff. So let's go over to DaVinci Resolve, where I can show you guys the rest of the stuff that I of my process over there when editing. All right, so I'm here in DaVinci Resolve, and here I have the original without any noise reduction, and this is after I have done noise reduction. Here's the audio that I recorded separately, and I just lined it up. Here. So let's go ahead and, so this is the one right here. This is the video with, let's turn this on. So this is the video without any noise reduction added. I'm going to go ahead and put that full screen so you guys can see. And I always do my videos, as you can see on my channel, for the last maybe 6 months or more. I have my videos in this wide format at 3840 by 1744p, and that's how I do it to get this widescreen. So when watching on YouTube, you don't have to do any kind of pinch to zoom. It's just automatically full screen. So let's play that video. Let's go ahead and mute the audio for a bit there. I just want to show you guys the noise. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll show you guys the noise. Today we're gonna be taking a look at the MotionCam. So after I for some reason with raw DMGs, it seems that once I do a little bit of correction, it starts to act up like that. So I gotta go ahead and change the playback to half. And hopefully it runs fine after that, but yes, it usually does that. So let's go back and press play. I'm your Stuttering Tech, and today we're going to be taking a look at the MotionCam. And this could also be because I am actually recording with OBS, so that might also be taking away resources as well. And let's go ahead. Welcome back, I'm your Stuttering Tech, and today we're going to be taking a look at the MotionCam. So I'm sorry for the choppiness here, but as you can see, it's you can see all the noise here. This is all the noise. I'm going to come back out, and I'm going to go and turn that off, and I'm going to turn on the portion that I've done already. This is the noise reduction version of it. Let's press full screen. So now I haven't done any of my edits as yet. Now, again, I am not, let's put disclaimer, I am not good at color correcting or anything like that. I only do what I've learned so far from watching YouTube. So let's go over to the camera. So you can go ahead. This is camera raw, and I'm going to go ahead and put clip right here. So I want it as clip, and now I'm going to increase a little bit of exposure. So don't do what I do, because I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Just something that I've been learning a bit here. So I'm going to increase exposure, or I can even go ahead and match it with the other one, just to show you, to make it more fair. Let's go back over here, turn that on, and go back to my color correction. So here it is. I'm just going to grab a still from here, and then go back over here, and I'm going to apply that. So now it changes everything here. So everything is exactly the same as it is on this clip. So it looks exactly the same. It doesn't change. So let's go back over to the editing page, and I'm going to go ahead and mute and turn off this track right here. Let me go ahead and just make my video full screen, wide like I usually do. Fill. So I do that. But yeah, let's go back over here. So basically, this is how you can just change everything. You can, well, the color temperature and the tint is already there, and the sharpness is there. I just adjusted the highlight, the exposure, the shadows. I added a little bit of color boost. I did a little bit of lift, and I added a bit of contrast. So back over to the edit page, and now let's make that full screen. As you can notice, the noise is gone. Most of that noise is now gone, and you just end up with this clean looking image. So yeah, I use that little bit of white balance card there. What MotionCam is? It's an application for Android, and you can see the difference between the two. So let's do that again. Turn that off. Turn this one back on. You see all the grain right there, especially here on the whites and the dark and the blacks. It's all over the place. And turn that back on, and you can see most of that noise is gone. It's mostly a clean video. It's kind of like shooting this on a full frame. The image looks better than when I'm using my Sony ZV-1. Alright guys, so while I was editing, I did come across a bit of audio issue. So as I mentioned, I recorded my audio separately because the audio that the MotionCam app records is not in sync with the video. It's kind of faster. So I record using an external recorder, and I did notice, even though I synced up the audio, it seems to not be working right. So I recorded the video in 30 frames a second, but when I came over here, at first I had this on 24 frames. I did notice that the video was running a bit slower than the audio, much slower, because it's on a 24 frames timeline, even though it was recorded in 30 frames. So I went ahead and I put it on 30 frames, and when I did that, the audio synced up at the beginning, but then as it goes on, it keeps on going. It keeps on coming out of sync. You could tell that the audio is ahead of the mouth movements. So I figured out that if you record in 30 frames a second, then you want to have it on 2997. If you record in 24 frames a second, you want to have your frame rate set to 2397, and so on, 60 frames and whatever, 5997. So that's how you want to have it, or else it's not gonna be syncing. It's gonna just keep going off. The audio is gonna keep getting ahead of the video. If you put it on just straight out 30 or 24 or 60 frames, you're gonna have audio syncing issues with the video. So that's just something that I wanted to let you guys know. So now let's go ahead and watch the sample video.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. Oh, oh. AM and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine. Yeah, a true passion shines, and I'm through passing time. I choose stacking dimes, you snooze half the time while I move passing by.
I'm back, and this video again is being recorded on the Pixel 6 Pro. Now, in conclusion, I'm not gonna go too harsh on this app. I'm not even gonna be harsh at all. I'm just gonna leave it as is because it is in beta. It is a work in progress, and I believe that all the issues with it, with the crashing, and things like that, will be fixed in the end. And again, making these things compatible with across the Android platform with so many devices is going to be a bit difficult, I believe. So I'll give it time. Now, I'm just going to talk about the things I would like to see. I mean, I already said a lot. The positives, the image quality is great, and I do love it. And I do love the desktop tools, which I can go ahead and remove noise and make everything just look close to or like a DSLR. But I do want to say I would love for them to make a remote app like how they have one for kind of like the one that they have for Filmic Pro, where you can use it as a viewfinder, and that way you can use your main sensor on the back of your device, which will give you the best image quality. And I think using that over the front facing camera, even though on the Pixel 6 Pro the front camera is 4K, it's still not as good as the rear camera. So a remote application would do a great job at that. I believe will give you more flexibility. All right, guys, so that's it for this video. Let you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Please like, share, subscribe, and peace out.